welcome to Sword of War. I'm Monkey of the Sword of War crew, and today for Solo Sunday, I am playing a deck I put together based on the Winning Hand podcast most recent episode on Dropkick. Um, I threw this together. This deck, uh, at time of recording, doesn't have a name. But luckily I have a couple days, at least, until I have to decide on a name. But is an aggression Magik deck, looking at using Dropkick and some other fist resource based stuff. So we have Yarnbjorn here, we have Hulk, a handful of other things. And villain, I am going up against Enchantress for the very first time. I had kind of wanted to play it for the first time on stream with the other two, but it just hasn't happened yet. Just we hadn't gotten around to it, so my desire to see this has now overcome my desire to experience it for the first time with some other people. So I'll just have to go into it with a bit of foreknowledge when we finally play it. But I also thought, Mystic versus Mystic, see who's most powerful spellcaster. Kind of thought it was appropriate. And so, let's give everything a shuffle. Let's go ahead and give me a counter down here. So this starts with 0. Yeah. And whenever the Enchantress attacks, place a charm counter on your on the enchantment card in your play area. So, do not know what this does. We will find out, or we won't if I manage to kill her time. But, draw 6. See what my mulligan looks like. Not really fond of seeing all this right off the bat. Lock and load can help me get Soul Sword soon. Doing build support. Okay. There's definitely a play here. I'm gonna hold on to these 3. Oh, there's Limbo. Magical Art. God, grief. Alright, so. Let's go flip. I can't. This is like the worst opening hand. So. I think I need to sacrifice lock and load to reveal top card. Power aggression, okay. So let's limbo. And let's go ahead and swap power aggression and basic spell. And we'll use power aggression to get out build support. And then we will use, let's see. Yeah, we will use mystical armor to do basic spell for 1 cheaper. Move 3 through from scheme. And we can go ahead and get out X-Chat. So we can help me pay for stuff. There's Crown. I have Source of Supreme. And let's just tap for 2. And then we will draw to my hand size. There's Soul Sword. And blades on top. Okay. So ready back up. And Mang gets a 1. She attacks me for 1+ boost, which I'll just take. Just 1. And 1 goes on Hypnotic Gaze. Love Connection. Attach your identity for response. Sauce's guard. Place a charm ready. Okay. I'm not big on readying, so I guess I'll try to discard this. Alright. Alright, let's Limbo to swap the sword. We'll play the sword for free. And because we need to start thwarting, get Magik's Crown. There's Hulk with a Way-Stepping Disc and X-Jet to become Sorcerer Supreme. And we'll flip down, choose a spell in your discard, put on top of your deck. Yeah, I think the only one is basic spell. Well, X is small, so we'll do basic. And then we will exhaust and discard Love Connection. We'll draw on a 6 and ready back up. Okay, there's a dropkick and a face past. So in pretty good shape. So Mang's 1. This is probably gonna roll. So we'll see if it was a mistake not thwarting that. So goes up by 2. Plus 2. So yeah, it'll go and roll over to second. So when revealed, if Crown of the Enchantress attachment is in play, stun each. Otherwise, search for Crown of the Enchantress. Crown. And revealed. Attach Enchantress. After Enchantress schemes against you. Okay. Each player exhausts their identity and takes 1 damage. Okay, so it's definitely worth getting rid of that. Alright. And starts out with 2 per player. And then counter card. Throw a lackey. So after he attacks you, place 1 charm. Okay, so doesn't do anything yet. So my turn will flip. And Sue's on top. Basic spell is on top. Let's go ahead and do power regression to get a Hulk. And let's do spiritual meditation. So draw 2, discard 1 from my hand. Let's get rid of basic spell. No, let's get rid of exorcism. I don't really have much use for exorcism this turn. Let's go ahead and exhaust and take a damage. Then we discard Crown of the Enchantress. Seems like a good enough time now. Let's swap those two. And then we're going to use strength and pay one less to do dropkick to Enchantress. So do 4 damage to enemy. If I paid for it using only fists, which I did, stun the enemy and draw a card. And let's see, that does a fist. Nice, that'll work. Let's go ahead and Hulk. So he will swing at Enthralled Lackey. Discard the top card of my deck. Is a fist. So I will do 2 damage to Enchantress. And then we'll do face fast. So reveal my Nemesis minion. Ready up and draw 3 cards. Chunk of basic spell and a clobber to get up martial prowess, so we can pay for stuff a bit easier. We're going to martial prowess to firepower. Exhaust soul sword, do 3 damage to Blasco. And my attack is currently 2. Thwart is a 2. So we'll thwart 2 off the main. And then X-Jet, throw a X-Jet, or exhaust X-Jet, throw a Colossus to do a basic spell to do 3 damage to Blasco. I need to draw and ready up. So main goes 1. And then she would attack me, but she doesn't because she's stunned. And encounter card. Alluring Call. Attach your identity. Worst action. Exhaust this card. Place 1 charm. Enchantment. Alpha, don't get rid of it. I don't really need this. I do like these. These temptation attachments are pretty cool. So what was the last one? Not magical restraints. Love concoction. 1 to ready your identity is very good, especially if you have built around making that worthwhile. I have not, so we're gonna try and do our best to avoid that. Go. Let's see what's on top. What's her at? Okay, Soul Strike. Could stun her again. which I think would be worthwhile. Alright, so, main, or my turn. Let's swap those. And let's go ahead and Soul Strike. So a fist is on top. So I stun the enemy, so do 4 damage to enemy. And a stunner. And might as well, while my attack is boosted, swing for 3. Which will advance her to the next stage. So steady and toughness. So it's harder to stun her now, which is probably good. When revealed in standard mode, put the set aside future despair into play. Then put 3 threat per player on it. So this comes in a 5. And she also has tough now. And 16 hit points. When revealed, place 1 charm counter. Okay. Gain stalwart and cannot take damage, so I do have to deal with that now. Okay. Psylocke's good choice. And basic spell is also. Let's go ahead and do spiritual meditation. Let's draw 2, discard 1. Yarnborn, good. And let's scry. Oh, she's stalwart, so she loses stunned. Now we're not going to scry. We're just going to get out Psylocke. To help prep. So she has 3 hit points and 2 counters. I'll flip down and put a spell from discard back on top. I think Exorcism is the right call for this one. To help me with this threat. Turn already up. Okay. So Mag's 1. She schemes for 2+ boost. Go to 3. And encounter card. Spell Blast. When revealed, if your identity has Defiant, choose 1. If your identity has Enthralled, do both in any order. Ugh. So she schemes. She's close. If it's a 2, I lose. I think I'll just have her attack me. Because it doesn't say, you know, not in alter ego. It says if you're enthralled, both happen. So she's just gonna attack me. 2. Uh, 3, 4. And And now it's my turn. So let's go ahead and exhaust. Hmm. Oh, I think I meant to take 2 off that with her when I played her. I just didn't say it, or if I did say it. But yeah, I meant to do it last time I played her. All right. Tough choices. I gotta heal and flip. No alter egos to be done, so let's go ahead and see what's on top. A helicarrier. Okay. Let's stepping disc. So, pay 1 with X-Jet. Radio Hero, choose a magic card in your discard, not named stepping disc, put it back on top. So, I want to get a Science or a Wild. Scrying, could do Soul Strike. Could do Colossus. That would hit all points. I think Colossus may be best for the moment. Okay. So let's go ahead and throw a drop kick and a firepower to do exorcism. Move 4 threat from scheme. So that defeats that one. So she can take damage and she's no longer stalwart. So that will put a confuse on her. She's not confused, she's still steady. And then we'll swing for 3. And because I have piercing, get rid of that. And let's limbo to swap Professor Colossus. And then we will pay for the Professor for 1 less. When he comes in, we will ready an X-Men character. Professor's gonna thwart 3 off the main. Psylocke is going to attack for 2 and put another confuse, so she is actually confused now. Hulk will swing for 3. Discard the top one and do another 2. And I think I'm just gonna swing for 3. Get us a little bit closer. Alright, so now we draw and ready up. And as long as you don't lose, I win. So Mang is 1. And then she swings at me for 2 plus boost. Professor would be in the way of it. 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you, Professor. This should have actually been a counter card since I shuffled my deck. Okay. No change. And this goes up to 3 because she did attack me. And counter card, Titania comes out. So, for attacks of overkill, player who defeats this minion puts the set aside Titania ally into play under their control. I'm not going to get to that, but it's cool to see. Puppet Master comes in with 2. Allies cannot thwart the scheme or defend against attacks from the villain. That's tough. And it's my turn. Which I will just Harsh Thrust, Strength, and Drop Kick her for 4. Which will stun her, let me draw a card, and kill her. That went pretty smoothly. I'm very interested in seeing more of these calls. I think if I had not had all the stuns I had, I think she definitely would have flipped this. So let's see what it would have been. Hypnotic Gaze, permanent, enthralled, when revealed. Search the top 5 cards in the counter deck for a card and reveal it. Forced action. Exhaust this card. Take 1 indirect damage. Deal 2 damage to a minion. Okay. So I can't wait to see some of the other ones. I will not look at them. Interesting. So forced action. I need to look up the rules of that. I didn't think to do that before I played this. Because I didn't realize forced action was a thing yet. So I assume it's like being in a player phase, you have to do this. Which is cool. Because you always see the damage. If you don't have a minion, you're just taking damage. Interesting. So that was my first game against Enchantress. That was pretty easy, I think mostly due to the stuns. The stuns definitely helped out a lot in keeping her from getting those enchantment or the charm tokens on me. And so I would definitely say Dropkick was effective this time around. Well, basic spell. I think that's basic spell at least twice. Very good. And I wasn't that slow in getting set up, luckily. I know sometimes Magic can feel iffy if it takes you a while to get out your soul sword or whatever kind of key piece of kit you're looking for. But it worked out nicely. It was fun. I can't wait to play this one with Oscar and Luke at some point soon. Anyway, this was my yet to be named. It'll have a name by the time this video goes up. Magic deck based around running Dropkick. If you liked it, check it out. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. I like running Hulk with Magik just because she can kind of mitigate his more dangerous tendencies by swapping cards or casting off the top. It was fun. I don't think I really have anything else at the moment. Come back see us Tuesday, where we'll be playing more Marvel Champions or talking about Marvel Champions. And until then, I will see you in the next one.